welcome to another Something in the Water podcast. I'm your co-host Uncle Dave Griffin, along with Mr. Sean Clark. Who we got?
We got Mr. Michaele Alongi and Michaele Hanneman. How are y'all doing?
Very good.
Doing great.
How are you guys?
I've been waiting on this for a long time. We're glad to finally have y'all. They are musicians extraordinaire from St. Simons, Brunswick, Golden Isles area. And we're going to get into some things here.
Okay.
I'll tell you, the first, y'all have kind of been like a little veiled mystery to me. I mean, Sean and I are from, I guess if we was competing against one another, we'd be like swamp snake stompers, and y'all would be the Golden Isles Islanders or something like that.
You give them a crappy name.
All right. They are like on the A team of musicians over in the Golden Isles.
Thank you.
That's very nice.
Very nice of you.
I mean, I can't count the bands that y'all are in or have been a part of.
Quite a bit.
And we, on the other hand, have got our foot in the door over in y'all's stomping grounds, and it's nice. We're about an hour west of the Golden Isles here in Waycross, and to be able to play over there, you know, y'all are some very high level competition, you know, and the gigs are many. And they have opened the door for us to kind of slide in there. And the more we've got to know y'all, the better my life is. And
Likewise.
Wow, that's starting off like that. That's very nice. Yeah.
I liked veiled mystery. That's so eloquent.
Well, it has been. I never knew. And our watchers and listeners don't know they're married.
We are, yeah.
We introduced them as Alongi and Hanneman, but y'all have been married since
2013. It's 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. And I'll tell you, the first time, this is my first recollection of seeing and hearing you, was at Loco's number 17. And it was, it was Loco's in St. Simons. And it was some kind of might have been a Led Zeppelin night. It was a Led Zeppelin song, definitely.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this picture that I gleaned from your page was that night particularly.
I don't know.
But it was
That's my memory right there. And I was sitting back there just fanning myself, you know, and drinking hard. I said, "Who the hell is this?"
Wow, that's
Because
great.
you give it all. You give everything you got when you're
100%.
up there on stage, and that's the best way to be. Or that's, in my opinion, as a listener in the audience and everything, I want you to be that way. You know, I want you to be up there just taking it all the way. But that's
what that looks like.
That was my introduction.
Easy, Dave. Easy. We don't have a lot of women on the
I
show.
appreciate that, Dave. Yeah. He's like,
So let me ask you this. Where did this all come from? Where did you start?
okay, all right. Yeah, my mom was a singer, and
Your mama was a
she
singer.
also did that. So that was my first influence. My dad played bass. My mom sang. They were in bands together before I was born.
And where was that?
It's about an hour north of Chicago. That's where I grew
What
up.
was the little town?
They grew up in Mundelein. They went to high school together and made their way to. I grew up in Lake Villa, Illinois, right next to Fox Lake, a little bit south of the Wisconsin border.
Yeah.
Grant Community High School.
Shout out to Grant Community High School.
How far was that from Chicago?
It depended. It was, I don't know about miles, but like it took me an hour and a half
About an hour and a
probably
half,
to get to
yeah.
Chicago
Okay.
from where I grew up. Yeah.
All right.
He grew up a little bit closer to the city.
Yeah, it was in Mount Prospect, which is a suburb of Chicago.
Mount Prospect. Okay. So, did y'all know when did you first discover one another? Was that up there?
Yeah.
I got hired into a band that he's already
I was
playing
playing
drums
in a
for.
band,
Okay.
and we were at rehearsal one day, and the lead guy, Dave Tampkin. Shout out to Dave Tampkin.
Dave
Tampkin's great. I was
Tampkin!
playing in Dave Tampkin's band. He's out of Boulder, Colorado now. And we're playing in his band, and he comes down to rehearsal, and he says, "We got an audition coming in today. Keyboard player." Didn't say who. And we're like, okay, cool, And so we're sitting around waiting, and she walks downstairs, and we're all like, okay, we'll see how this goes. Introducing, the female aspect into a five-piece band full of guys in their 20s. Was okay. We'll see if
was
she
a good
hangs. We'll see if she
time.
hangs. It's a baptismal by fire situation. And she just immediately started. When she started playing, we were like, okay. She kills it. Yeah, like 100%.
She at least can kind of hold on.
Oh no, we were very impressed right away, and that was it. When it took the first note. It was like, okay, she's gonna be able to hang no problem, and gives 100% every single time, like you said. And so that was the first time we started playing together, and then from there I joined her band that she had, and then just from there just blossomed into playing with other groups in Chicago.
What were you playing in those instruments?
Drums.
Drums?
Yeah, drums. Those were all drums.
Because you are an amazing drummer.
Thank you.
If the audience, the
Yeah.
audience don't know you. My first time seeing you guys was in Waycross at LL Creek,
Olive Creek.
and I believe it was Ambrosius. Mm-hmm. And man, I think I was coming. I got there late or something, but I caught the last set and was just amazed. And by both of y'all and the whole band really. And man, I tell you this all the time, and you probably get tired of hearing it.
No, never.
But he did. I don't even know, man. But let's say it's 4/4 time or whatever. And I don't know, But he played like. I don't even know how to explain it, but you went through all the, you know what I mean? Like,
Went through all the.
Give it a good stretch.
I don't know
wash.
what words, but it's like a portal opened up behind you. Like, and I was like, this is crazy. I've never heard anybody play like that. Like,
I like to if I'm playing in a group and I'm allowed to stretch out and have fun like that, I always like to go for it. Sometimes it's not always warranted.
it's like when you're counting 1, 2, 3 in a 4/4 thing, and then then it lands on
There's
a 1, it lands on a 2, it lands on a
modulation
3.
that happens.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, kind of twist your brain a little
Bending
bit.
your
And then
ear.
I think everybody left the stage, and you sang something in French or something.
Oh, Italian.
Italian,
That was
yeah.
the worst. Bad. Yeah, I can't.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
That's the one voice lesson song I remember from when I was taking voice lessons in high school.
Well, I mean,
it's just
y'all
a little
just-
excerpt of some Mozart.
Y'all
Wanna hear
just
it?
blew our minds. Oh, yeah,
No.
do it.
Maybe later.
A couple of drinks and then we'll do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my first experience with y'all, and been enjoying them ever since.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
man.
it's been interesting experimenting with playing here and not sure how certain things are going to go over. And, sometimes it's like, let's just do whatever we want anyway.
Yeah.
Like I apparently sang Mozart. That was because I don't know.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah.
But yeah, it's not always easy, like sometimes I think I'm going to, a gig's going to be good. And then it's not. It's like, they did not get what I was doing at all.
It's always fun though.
Yeah.
And
You're playing music. I'm
Especially-
having a good time.
Right. Especially coming from Chicago, where we were doing more of a corporate thing near before we moved away from there, and it was really good musicians, great musicians you're playing with, and like awesome situations. But the music does have to be exactly like it is. You're playing these kind of events where you're not supposed to be playing a bar 3/4 over 4/4 while people are trying to like dance and stuff like
Right,
that.
yeah.
So that in that world, we did have to keep it a little more by the book. So when
We
we first
didn't.
came down here, it was like. You just do whatever you want. The whole community was so supportive of us. Just play however you play. You don't have to worry about that kind of thing anymore. And it was like, okay, cool. We can let loose. demise or not.
I'd always like you say. I'd always rather see somebody just do what they want to do, and
Stretch out. Just go with it. Yeah. Leave your body.
Yeah, right.
Out of body experience. That's always fun to watch.
Maybe not for everyone, but I'm glad you think so.
It is for us.
the reason I asked what instrument, you also play bass
Yeah, I play bass too.
and keys as well.
I don't play keys. I wish I could play keys.
Okay.
God, no, I try. It's awful. No, I play bass and drums, and coming up, it was a very similar story to her story. My dad plays, my older brother plays, so it's kind of a family music thing, and so my dad plays guitar and sings. My brother plays drums. My older brother plays drums. He's amazing, and it was like most bands where it's like we need a bass player. So when I came along, it was kind of like, I want to play the bass. And fortunately, at
That's
that
how
time,
everybody becomes a bass player.
I know, but I loved it though.
You need a bass player.
I loved it at the time though, because this was like, we're talking the early to mid '90s here when I started getting into this, and there were so many great bass players on the radio at that time. There was Primus was on the radio, Red Hot Chili Peppers was on the radio. There were so many great things to get into.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't like a background instrument anymore. So I was like, I'll totally play bass. But it was there were instruments all over our house, and it was my parents were super supportive. They're like, you play whatever you want, play drums, play bass, it's all good, just as long as you're into it and treating it with respect.
So it wasn't like the Jacksons, where it's like
It wasn't so. No, we did play a lot of gigs together, so that was that. In that way, it
still do
kind of was. It was more like the
sometimes.
Partridge Family than the Jacksons, though. You know what I mean? It was always just. Really,
but there wasn't that rule.
No, it
No.
was just fun. Yeah, it
It's
was
6
just fun.
o'clock. Get up.
Yeah, no, yeah, nothing like that.
Dance moves, Michael.
Right? Yeah. No, my parents are super supportive.
Yeah.
I think I met your dad.
Yeah.
Did he
They come
down?
down to visit quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
still very active. He
They were
still
just
plays
here
all the
last
time.
Man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, like a lot of our guests, that familial experience, tends to be there, with a lot of the music was inspired by either brothers or
huge.
sisters.
That's
or
how people. That's how it
parents.
gets in you. If you are growing up with
You're
it,
growing
it's
up with
environment.
it.
It's like you have no choice.
It
Almost.
definitely helps for sure. Yeah.
So what was your, you remember your first big influence as far as a song or a group or anything that you just kind of
boring,
drifted
but
at?
the Beatles. I mean,
The
that was the
Beatles,
first. My
right.
parents were big into the Beatles. I can remember
Right.
listening to Rubber Soul over and over and
Oh, yeah.
over.
Yeah.
The harmonies. I love those vocals. I learned to sing in harmony because I listened and sang along, but I didn't have the range to sing as low as they did for most of the melodies.
So you would
So I
sing
would
them?
just pick up it, a higher part, and so I've been doing that since I was very little, and that's like some of my favorite stuff to do with music ever in the studio. Layering vocals, it's so fun. So yeah, that was the first thing, But then I was just always interested in music. A little bit of Whitney Houston, a little bit of
Yeah. Did you ever get into the country? That
no,
was going on at the time.
Not really.
What would have been the
No,
90s country?
And my
That was like
parents were a
Garth
little
Brooks.
bit-
Been Martina McBride.
Yeah, I did
Martina
have a Garth. I
McBride,
had
yeah.
a Garth Brooks CD.
That wasn't nearly as popular up there as it is now. Now country is like very popular. Modern
Yeah, it
modern
wasn't
country
quite-
is very
Modern-
popular.
Yeah.
Up
What they
north
call
now.
bro country.
Yeah,
Pop-
bro
pop
country. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really. But back then it wasn't.
We like to
Daddy's truck.
We like to talk down on pop country on here.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Yeah.
not. We're not worried
it's
about
not hard to.
Do you got a Bud Light endorsement?
it. Sorry about
Mr. Bro?
Sorry about that.
Justin, if you hadn't brought it up, he'd have blurted out on the.
No, we were just talking about bro country. Is the only reason I brought it up. You're like, we don't like bro country. As I drink this Bud Light.
Wrote a song just that day. You want to hear it? So, what was your seminal influence? Can you go way back?
It's been documented actually.
Yeah.
I have 3 brothers. We're all 2 years apart. And so when you have 3 brothers all 2 years apart, and you're the first. We have these. This is obviously way before pre-internet, so we had baby books. So you have a kid,
okay.
and you got like a
There's your
binder, and you get
documentation,
pictures.
right?
Yeah, and there's documentation. Yeah, and so my older brother his is like all full. Mine is like half full. The younger brother's like 2 pages, and the little one doesn't even have one.
We get tired.
So in
After
mine it
so
says it's great. I love this. It's there's a page that says what kind of music does baby Mike likes to listen to, and it says Talking Heads and Rick James.
Hell yeah.
So apparently when I was a little kid, they put this on and I would go nuts for it. But as far as like my decisions to listen to music and when I got conscious of it, it was there was so much music in the house because my dad is a working musician. So he'd have stuff he wanted to listen to and then stuff he needed to learn for the gigs that weekend. And sometimes it was stuff that, like stuff like Whitney Houston, where like, he'd put on Van Halen to listen to like rock out to you. And then you're like, now time to go to work and put on Whitney Houston. And it's like, we kind of got like the idea that you're just supposed to respect all of it no matter what it is. And if you're going to try to play it, you got to make it look like you love it. Right. So getting into music for me was really just like, I would just scour the radio, whatever was on, R&B stations, rock stations, jazz stations, whatever it was. And like even country stations and stuff like that, whatever it was. And when I was playing along to this stuff, trying to learn how to play, it was great because you play a couple songs on that station, you get one genre and you move over and you get another genre. I think that's something that's kind of lost today with the way, I sound like an old person now, but the way that kids learn how to play music nowadays. But back then you put on the radio and you got like, a green dial radio and you just go across and just play the whole thing. So you kind of take it all in. And I always kind of had like the idea about it where I don't want to be known as a particular style player. Yeah. I don't want to be a rock drummer or like a funk drummer or whatever. I just want to be a drummer or a musician, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to have to put myself in a box by getting into a genre that I really like. So I got really lucky with the fact that my dad was a jobbing musician and music was just everywhere. Like he couldn't avoid it.
Well, I'm sure that in both of y'all's cases, it paid off well because you're very...
Makes you more rounded.
Yeah. You're very versatile.
Yeah, that's always been the name of the game, versatility.
And how many bands have y'all played in since you've been down here?
Oh, man.
Probably about
a lot.
60?
Yeah, sure. 60. That's a nice round number. Let's go.
What are some that you are playing currently with?
I'm playing with Ryder, who's doing really, really cool stuff right now. He's dropping music.
Ryder,
yeah, Chris and Laurie Ryder, who I know you've had on here before. Playing with them, and then we have our own band, which was supposed to be just a side project. In the meantime, it's called Side Tone, and then now it's become something. Yeah, it's a cover band. It's just it's something we just kind of threw together to have fun with. Cliff Bragdon, Damian Fedorka, and Crawford Perkins was in the band for a while, but now we're just a 4-piece and. It was something just a goof, just to play some fun pop songs and have a good time. And now we've had so much fun with it that we're booking the heck out of it and really enjoying it. So Side Tone is a really fun one.
That's the rock band, party time band. Cool. It's always a good time.
Yeah, I got a great little jazz trio called The Vibe with Cliff Bragdon and Chuck Rainus. And then you have...
I'm not playing with a lot of groups these days. I do a lot of solo things. I do a lot of duo sets with Jamie Rowell. And... I play the dinner music on the Baby Grand at the Georgia Seagirl every Tuesday night from 7 to 9. So come check that out. There I like to do just kind of a stream of consciousness, play for 2 hours without stopping thing, and just whatever comes to mind.
Oh, and Young Americans too. I'm still playing Young Americans. They're fantastic. I love those guys. And actually,
who else? Josh Kirkland.
Josh Kirkland, Defunk. I play with Defunk. Josh Kirkland
trio.
A lot of them going on. Yeah. These are all great. I'm
There's
lucky. Super lucky.
I'm trying. The name is escaping me.
What was that?
No, M-TheorY is
M-TheorY.
M-TheorY. Yeah.
But there was a. We'll get back to that. But
mysterious.
You play at Reed's 3-piece.
The
Vibe.
3-piece.
That's the Vibe.
Or Defunk.
Defunk
with Jay Drell and Josh.
Yeah, you already mentioned him. Defunk.
Yeah. And Josh Nunn was my like secret partner in crime on the M-TheorY album, which we've been working on.
Cool.
So
yeah, tell us about
behind the scenes there. Yeah, that's a whole original album that we're going to be releasing very, very soon. We'll listen. We're gonna listen to it later. We're gonna check it out later. I can't really explain it. It's kind of I call it prog pop.
Cool.
Because it sounds like pop instruments, like I'm using pop tonality, but the songs have little left and right turns and stuff like that, where it kind of isn't quite normal.
Right.
So it's still in the pop idiom, but it is a little bit more progressive and a little bit more edgy. It's a concept album. It's like a sci-fi based concept. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd,
Yeah,
so there's a cohesive
singles.
story
Full
that goes through it. Yeah, and the songs all meld into each other. You know, I'm a huge fan of like old school prog bands, like bands like Yes and Genesis, and where they would release like the album was like it was like a movie that you could listen to. And it was again, I sound like another, get off my lawn kind of thing here. But there's really, I think it's lost on people to sit down with one full album for just one band, just the album, just in a dark room or whatever with some headphones on, and you get enveloped in it. Yeah. And I don't think that's quite done as much anymore, right? Because playlists are so popular now.
Yeah, I prefer albums.
And it takes time. It takes time. You have to cut 45 to 50 minutes out of your time and sit down and just not look at your phone or look at social media or whatever and just listen to an album. And I love that. I love that in albums that aren't concept albums, but the concept albums for me were always so much fun, especially when you figure out the story, because it's like the 70th time you've listened to it and you're so invested in the characters, and it's just like watching a great movie, and I love that music can kind of recreate that if you engineer it to. And I've always really enjoyed that. So that's kind of what M-TheorY is. M-TheorY is me and Michelle, and Josh Nunn was kind of, like I said, he was like a little silent writing partner when I was putting all that stuff together. And then Levi Hamilton is a big pun intended instrumental part of that album as well. He played guitar on it. He's an amazing engineer.
Yeah, he's the engineer. And he made
I don't know if you guys worked with Levi.
I've been hearing his name a lot.
Oh, he's incredible.
And,
absolutely incredible.
I don't even know if I know
so good to
him.
work with and such amazing results.
Yeah. So that's me and Michelle, I guess, would be the face of M-TheorY, but those guys were very
Is that what we're going to listen to later?
It is,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. So y'all got that as well. Coming up, folks, we're going to do a little deep dive into some tracks on this amazing concept album. So we've never heard it either, or we'll be looking forward to that. Let's go back and look at a few pictures here. I just want to show y'all something to start off with.
Number one.
Naked baby pictures.
No, it ain't naked, but let's go with number one here. I feel like I'm
close. I think
I'm in a kind of a pirate frame of mind now. This is the drummer for the Pine Box Dwellers.
Oh,
That's my son, Connor.
little Connor. Look at him.
That. What's going on with the?
He's a pirate.
He had
He's
a
got
fascination for dress
Okay,
up.
I see. Okay.
And that's Captain Hook from the Disney movie Peter Pan. Well, just to show you that it runs deep in all of our...
Oh, I think I know where we're going with this.
Number, hang on a second. Number 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have that in common. Yeah. I think it's a drummer
The
thing.
Alongi brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, we're swashbucklers.
You're several things. You're the swashbuckler.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's you, right?
And there's
You're
Dracula,
the pirate.
clown, and the pilot.
That's my brother, the older brother Frank. He's the pilot. He looks really pissed off for some reason. And my littlest brother Tony's a baby clown, and then there's Nick. He's the vampire.
All right. Now flash forward to number 5. It's going in sequential order,
I didn't
Dave.
know I was going to have to see this as well.
This is the.
That's my dad.
Well,
yeah.
that's not number 5.
Okay,
is it?
well, it's still my dad.
Off 1, 2, 3, 5.
Playing drums.
Should be that next one. Maybe
Yeah,
I got it
yeah,
wrong.
we're a little bigger
3.
now. Yeah.
There you are. Look
3.
at that.
I'm sorry.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the family band
I
right
was
there.
wrong, Justin. Yeah, and there they are as a unit.
Wait, yeah, and I can tell you what song we were playing too. At this moment, we were playing "Hot for Teacher" by Van Halen, because this is my brother Frank's wedding.
Yeah,
and he's playing the drums, and he's a teacher, and his wife is a teacher, and it was like we have to play "Hot for Teacher" right out the gate. So yeah, that's up there. They're doing that. That was a great time.
Yeah, we were having a good time.
Let's just go ahead in chronological order. It don't matter.
Yeah.
In numerical order. It don't matter.
That's
And
mine and
picture.
Michelle's wedding.
It's just Mike's wedding.
It's just my wedding. That's mine and Michelle's wedding.
That's my wedding.
That's my wedding.
She already told you she didn't pay for it.
She's just a keyboard player.
But I made the flower arrangements.
Yes. Yeah, that was so fun. That wedding was legendary.
And that was in Illinois.
It was. That was in my parents' backyard in Mount
Oh, really?
Prospect, in
Yeah.
the house that we grew up in. They still live there, so we had it in the backyard.
Awesome.
And it was great. We didn't hire a band because between the two of us, we knew so many musicians. So it was just this like rotating door of music. Like everybody played. Everybody played. We got the bartender up there singing Ozzy at one point. Like it was so much fun. Yeah, legendary.
Perfect.
Okay.
Pops on the drums, you saw earlier.
Daddy Joey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He plays everything. He's a guitarist, really, but he can play
Did he
drums.
teach you the drums?
Well, my older brother kind of taught me the drums. He didn't showed me anything, but we lived together, and when he'd practice, I'd watch him because his drum set was in our bedroom together. They were sharing, so he didn't have much of a choice. So when he was practicing, I would just sit and watch him and just kind of soak it up and take it in. And that's kind of how I learned how to play.
And you also play bass.
Yeah. That was kind of when that started. It was crash course bass lessons with my dad. Yeah. Here's a major scale, and he taught me a song called Europa by Santana because it had like a circle of fifths thing going on in it. So he's like, take those two things, and you can use them to play like anything in music. And that was pretty much the end of the lesson with Pops on that one. And then from then on, it was just just self-discipline.
Who's the better drummer in the family?
Oh, I don't know what Frank is. Frank is. I'll always say that. Yeah, Frank is definitely better.
You'll say that,
He's
but
a
you
monster. Frank's the best drummer in the world. No, it's fun. We have a good time.
All right, this is the that's the
boys?
the pirate, third from the left,
All right,
and that's the captain, the airline.
Yeah, he's looking much happier these days than he was back then.
The blue shirt.
Oh no, that's the little baby clown. That's Tony. He's still a clown, actually. Sorry, Tony.
And that's the airline pilot next to you.
Yes, that's in between you. Right,
and you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's the boys.
Now, who plays what or musically in this?
So Frank, the one to the right of me, is he's my older brother. He plays
left for us.
Left for us. He's a drummer. He plays everything because he's a band director. So he plays everything.
Okay.
Tony, he's not a bad bass player, and he can play a little bit of drums and some piano.
Blue shirt.
Yeah, he can play some piano. He's one of those guys where you put like a sheet of music in front of him, he can play it. But if he asks him to play blues, he's kind of like, oh. But he's actually pretty good at it. Nick played trumpet in high school, but he never really took it seriously. But so everyone kind of dabbled. Me and Frank took it very seriously, obviously, but everybody kind of dabbled.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
I didn't know we were going to talk about the bros here.
Okay. Now we're switching.
dad.
We're switching to Michelle right here.
Yeah, it's my dad. That is a birthday cake. He turned 21 in Vietnam. And his
wow.
mom
Look
sent
at that.
him, she made a birthday cake and sent it to him in the mail. That's it
What?
right there.
Look at that bunker.
Yeah. That's where he
Dude.
lived for.
Look at that
long
guitar.
I think does he still have that guitar in his
Yeah,
basement?
there's a crack in it from, it was like shell shocked.
Oh, really?
Something happened where I don't know if I'm mixing
Yeah.
up stories.
That's
but
wild.
something happened to it there and
I love that artwork on it.
Shell
Yeah,
shocked
it's
isn't
cool.
the right term. That means something
I think
completely
they need to
different.
See
You
how
know what I
the
mean?
fretboard is white from the
Yeah.
11th fret on down. It turned white there.
That's an
Yeah.
album cover right there.
Isn't it?
Oh,
I
man.
know.
There's so much
You're
going on in that.
right.
Man,
That's
that
right.
is.
It really is.
So your daddy was a
He played guitar and bass.
rock musician.
Rock musician.
And then got drafted.
Yes. Yeah. How horrible.
How
You're playing
horrible.
music and now, wartime now. but he made it back, obviously,
got
and he
called
got to
in.
keep playing music
I
again.
can't believe he made it back with the guitar. That's
I know.
Yeah. Still
It
has
looks
it.
like a Fender headstock.
It does.
does,
Yeah.
I don't think
And of
it's a
course, they
Fender.
did make acoustics.
I can imagine you walking through
It's
a
not-
rice field with that guitar and trying to get on a helicopter and like, leave it.
I'm not leaving it. I'm not
No,
leaving
leave
it.
it. We gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
To the
And,
chopper.
There's my mom and me.
Your mama was beautiful too.
She was. Absolutely.
I like this next one though. This is kind of what I'm partial to right here.
Yeah.
That's a baby after my own
That's why I
heart
don't
right
touch
there.
tequila usually. I had too much tequila when I was 1.
That's my favorite
did
drink. Looks like you got a mouthful.
Yeah, it does.
No,
It's like
no.
take the
I
cap
know
off.
you
She
don't.
wasn't
I
feeding
know
me
you
She was
don't.
tequila.
teething.
For another 4 years.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's another good album cover.
Yeah. Okay, next. And now, but
It's
Mike, I apologize.
It's got the juice.
You just didn't have the quantity that she
No,
had.
I know. Yeah, I know.
So I got
I
a
understand.
lot
It's
to-
okay.
I got a lot to
He
choose
stayed
from.
on her page a lot longer.
Of course, I understand.
I mean, there was a lot
no.
more pictures to go through, and I chose this one for some reason.
That's the house we grew up in, and my sister still lives in it with her kids.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good times.
That was the album.
All
cover.
right, this looks like
Oh,
your
it's my first keyboard.
first
Little
keyboard.
Casio.
Yeah.
Yeah. There I am in my underwear on the
That's where it
couch.
starts.
Playing the keyboard. That's where it starts. Other people watching TV? Nah, I got the headphones.
Well, that's what set you apart eventually.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There's not a story to go with
Okay, now
that.
this is
Oh, yeah. That,
this is not musical at all, but
I can tell you what that is. I believe that was second grade.
Yeah.
This is Ozarski. It was the egg drop. It was like a
you have to.
some sort of extra gifted talents. You go to school early, so you do projects kind of thing. And it was you had to try to devise something that would protect an egg from. They dropped it from a second floor.
Okay.
And it was like an engineering
Yeah.
project. It failed. It did not work. I put mine. I like it was suspended in the middle of the box with rubber bands. I don't think the rubber bands held.
Yeah.
That was
You
my.
know,
I lost
I love
face.
the cotton on top.
Yeah.
That was just in case. It did not. Did
You
not
don't look
matter.
too put out. You're like, what do you expect? It's an egg.
How high did y'all have to drop it?
Just like a second floor window out of a brick school building. Yeah.
Okay.
Airplane.
All right.
Oh, cool.
Marching band.
Another
That is
multi-instrumentalist.
probably the reason that my back is messed up.
That's
Yeah,
what you
tuba.
call a tuba.
Well, that technically is a sousaphone, but it's a
Sousaphone,
tuba. It's a
that's
tuba.
right.
It's a wearable tuba.
Right.
It's a sousaphone. Yes.
We call it tubas in the South. we don't like to talk. We don't like to talk any more than we have to.
We couldn't say sousaphone.
She played Sousa on the tuba. Okay.
Oh yeah, drums.
so
I did play drums.
multi-instrument.
Look at that. I
Yes.
played drums.
Yes.
I forgot. Where am I? I'm
There
down on the bottom
are
left corner
Yeah.
playing
With the yellow sticks.
the-
Okay.
I think those are quads. You just can't see all
Everybody
Yeah.
sticks
Quads.
quads.
tenors,
Yeah.
if you will.
That's what Connor played in the band.
And my brother's on the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
My brother Jim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him in some pictures on the drums.
Had to keep y'all
Yeah,
separated.
yeah. He was
Yeah.
the first drummer I played with.
Cool.
We played in bands at home.
What's up with the overalls?
It was the show was Tommy, like the
It
Who's
was
Tommy.
the Spartan
So we
marching
were all
percussion
kids.
section.
We were dressed like kids, I guess. Yeah,
I thought y'all were playing in Brantley County or something.
No, those were costumes.
straw hanging out there.
Now that says Glenbrook North High School.
That's where the
The
competition
festival
was. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right. Okay. So sousaphone,
Choir.
quads,
That was the choir room.
choir,
Of course, yeah. There I am.
and y'all. What
I'm
was
just-
this? The zombie
There it is.
spectacle?
What was it for?
I think I was just hanging out in the choir room and I had a
okay.
camera and said, "Hey, friend, take a picture of me doing this for some reason. Here's the choir room." I don't know.
Gotcha, okay.
I was an idiot. Was.
The white hat to the great.
It's that's the alma mater. I don't even know what the words
okay.
are. Or the tune. I could read
It
them.
looks
right
like
now.
somebody got shot.
Yeah, it's a violent high school.
It does look like that. Why is there blood on the walls?
Rough
What
band
happened?
director, huh?
Oh, Mr. Booty.
It's Chicago.
Right.
Metal detector.
Okay.
Yes.
Sean, you're not the only musician artist.
What's my depiction of fish as kids?
Oh, that's what it is.
I was a
Yeah.
big fish fan.
Fish
I love
kids.
those guys.
Fish kids.
Fish
Their
sticks.
music made me realize I love humor in music, and I don't mean like the lyrics. I mean like when you got some cool stuff going on,
Yeah.
and then it's like, why did you do that? Like, that was ridiculous. I love that so much, and they're good for that for me.
Yeah,
And,
that was
so-
Zappa for me.
Did you always
yeah, that
have
too.
art in you? as a youngin' too?
Yeah.
From a small.
Yeah,
age,
it's mostly
from
when it
young
was.
age?
I don't really hardly do that anymore. Although I do have a comic in Dirt Kid magazine, but that's only recently. And otherwise, I used to draw all the time when I was much younger.
That's very good.
Thanks.
We'll show another couple of. This is.
Oh, that's my superhero, Michaele. That's
Your
my
alter ego?
Alter ego. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you had a kind of a anime
Sure. Yeah.
look to the faces.
I learned
to the
from
eyes
Jessica
and stuff.
Rabbit.
All right,
Yeah.
and here she is.
Yeah, there she is
In
again.
action, yeah.
Yeah, I made her a
in
lot.
action.
She was my.
But you
I
did
would-
such a great job. Look, the scale is there. All the details are there. That's great.
Oh.
You know, a lot of people can't do that.
I used to draw Jessica Rabbit in junior high.
Me too.
I'm sure you did.
Well, we didn't have cell phones, Dave.
Make your own content back then.
Neither did I in seventh grade. All I had
I can
was
respect that.
imagine it. I had
I
Marvel
couldn't go to
Comics.
Pornhub. I had to draw.
Draw Jessica Rabbit. Move the paper around a little bit.
She's dancing.
If you flip the book,
Okay.
sorry.
Now,
Oh my God.
this was interesting
What?
as hell. Now, you in this Facebook post, you said that you were used as the model for Hawk Woman.
That's correct.
By Jim Story.
Yes, that's right.
Who
Jim
is he
Story
now?
is my dad's cousin, and he's a good family guy.
He's an actual comic book illustrator.
Graphic artist.
Yeah,
okay.
yes. I mean, he has had lots of projects. I don't know specific. I don't know. There's a title. I don't know,
Yeah.
but he creates art like this. Yes, that's correct. There have been other ones. Where
And
he
there
used
you
me
go.
as well.
That again is the first time I saw you at Locos. It was the same thing. See?
Well, you know what? I think there's a good chance he used a photo of me singing.
think he did,
Right,
yeah.
He probably
Yeah.
did. He probably did.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was crazy to see that unveil and be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. No,
That
I'm very
thing
fortunate.
on the right there is a griffin. I don't know if you know that, but it's a mythological creature, half eagle, half lion.
That's what Dave looks like after midnight.
You get a shot of Ghost Coast in me, and that's what it happens. All right.
If you get him wet with tequila.
And there it is.
There's
How about
that.
that? Backed it up right to left. Okay.
Oh man.
Cool.
All right. Okay. Michelle and the Hopefuls.
Oh,
Cubby
yeah.
Bear in Wrigleyville. Now that's the right up from Wrigley Field.
Yeah, right across
Yeah.
the street.
I suppose.
We were that band name for I think 2 shows.
Yeah. It didn't
Is
last very
this
long.
before? I don't. It
No,
doesn't
this
say
was
what
way
year.
later. Yeah.
Then
this-
what?
Then y'all coming
yeah,
down here.
no.
We haven't.
No, yes, before. It
This
was
is before.
us
No,
coming
before
here.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been playing together for a while when we had that. That we cut an album a long time ago.
Yeah.
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 2010 or something.
Yeah. And we were playing that material.
What was y'all's material? Like, let's just say right now in this band, what was that? Cover songs?
Well, that one was like that was an original show. I think we played all
Original.
the
Yeah, well,
originals of
but
that
that's
show.
it wasn't.
Awesome.
We didn't. It wasn't like a working band really. Like it was like, oh, we got a show. Let's put something together.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's cool.
we
Put
did
together a
that,
show
and,
for a
and it happened to be a
particular show.
showcase. So it was an original show, which is not something we usually
So
do.
y'all were writing your own stuff.
Yeah, we were.
Oh,
I
there's
like
a
that.
song on the album called "My Own Stuff." As a matter of fact.
I thought he knew he was going to play the song or
No,
something.
no,
I know,
That'd be a great
transition
segue.
totally.
One of those weird synchronicities.
That's right.
That was a really
Cosmic.
great band too, though. We were using Bill Furlong and Lloyd Snyder, 2 great Chicago musicians. They're still very busy in the area up there.
One of them's busy here.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that was a
good
really good
times.
band.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is a kind of a
Colonel Bruce.
Randy.
a good moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
Bruce.
nice moment.
Y'all, is that both
Look
of
at
y'all
us.
right there, right?
Yeah, he's back there and I'm over there. And Colonel Bruce Hampton.
Who's
right
on
there
the
in middle.
left?
Matt Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
You got
we got
to,
the opportunity to back
Yeah.
up Colonel Bruce
He
Hampton
was
great.
He was
when he came
playing
through.
over there. Was that on Sea Island? Or?
No, it was
No.
at Coastal Kitchen.
In the
Coastal
back.
Kitchen.
Or in the back,
My God.
not but in the courtyard
Yeah.
back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun night.
That was crazy. It was great. We got there to set up and everything, and I'm setting up the keyboard, and just real quick little pleasantries to, meeting the Colonel. You're like, oh, it's very good to meet you, whatever. And then we go and we play the show, and he gave me solos. Like, he was loving that I was playing. And I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be the soloist here. Like, get the guitarist to play some solos. I don't know what I'm doing, But he kept giving me solos. And after the show, he came over. He's like, I didn't know you were the keyboard player. I thought you were just setting him up earlier. And he's like, you're great. He was so nice to me.
He was, yeah.
He was like, he asked me who were my influences. I was like, I don't know, Elton John and Billy Joel. And he said, those pencil necks ain't got nothing on you. I told myself I was remembering it. I wrote it down. And I was like, can I
pencil
quote you
necks.
on that? He said, absolutely.
Put that on your tombstone.
Right.
So for that particular gig, did you get a set list? Or?
No,
Yeah, well-
not really. He sent us songs, and we got the tunes, and it was like, these are rough ideas of what we're gonna do, and we really just jammed. It
Good luck.
was just jamming. Yeah. We'd kind of stay with
You
the structure.
were on the drums.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, we just jammed.
Yeah, it was really unexpectedly cool. I mean, yeah.
That's a good one. All right.
Hey, all right. Now we're talking.
I got one question. One question on here. Where can I get a copy?
Actually,
Jeff Allen
You
Swast.
got that copy.
Actually,
is that this was a calendar shoot?
This was
Yeah, it
a
was for the
Solo Guitar
Solo Guitar
Gallery
calendar.
musical calendar.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it was girls with
now, I
guitars.
don't know if this is true, but they say that that was October, I think.
It was. I think it
Yeah,
was November,
it was
and it
cold.
was
November.
raining and cold.
Well, they said
It was
that-
awful.
But you were.
I was willing.
You were
I had
October
planned
or
this.
November.
I think it was November.
November.
I was planning on this. We were planning on it. We could not do it. Like, it needed to get done. So I was like, no, it's fine. I'll do it. Let's go.
You were a trooper
And
that day.
right off the Mike was standing on the off screen, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and like with a robe. And as soon as okay, I need to take a break.
Yeah.
Take a guitar and he put it around me.
Yeah.
I went back out there.
It was cold.
Do a few more. Okay, I got it.
Well, what I heard was when the calendar came out that particular month, that Solo Galleries had a run on purple guitars among us 16-year-old boys.
Oh my God.
No, 16 through 61.
Right.
They sold out.
Well, that wasn't even that,
Sold out.
That wasn't
think
even the
that-
one in the picture. The calendar. That's not the one that was used.
Really?
That was
Well, it's
throwaway.
blowed up above Dave's couch.
I have that
His
now.
wife is
I can't not see it.
yeah. His wife Aunt Lynn is pissed.
Okay. Do we have to move on? Okay.
Oh, look at that.
here
We're
we
from
go.
that to this.
Sweet, yeah.
Here we go. This is.
That's how you get in this
what
situation.
year was y'all?
Yeah.
2013.
2013, yeah.
That's right. Up in Illinois.
Yep. That's my sister in the background there with her,
I figured
her
that
beautiful
was your
glowing
sister.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all
Jeannie.
look a lot alike.
Little Jeannie.
Yeah. Oh, little Jeannie.
Yep, that one. You got
Okay.
so much time.
Now, see, you can stop in it. Yeah, you can keep on going till.
He can't get his words together. You got him so flabbergasted.
You keep going till you stop.
Well, we're
Okay.
stopped now, so we gotta move on to the next
No,
one, I think.
it's like getting a massage. You say, "I'll give you all night to quit." Okay. Oh, that's the last.
There you go. Here we are.
Yay! That was a good trip down memory
Yeah, I
lane.
was going to say that.
You have survived Dave's
Deep dive.
Yeah.
It's my pictorial grilling.
Dave's origin stories. So y'all want to take a quick break and then come back and listen to some
Sure.
music?
Yeah, sounds good.
That sounds
Definitely.
like a winner.
I need
Yeah.
to freshen up my drink.
All right,
All right.
cool.
Sounds good.
See y'all in a minute.
Something in my brain won't let me stray. Something in my veins gonna find its way. Something in the water taught me how to pray. When that cold black water finds its way into your veins, you'll never be the same.
Well, we're back with our guest, Michael Alongi and Michelle Hanneman, and Lloyd from Chicago.
There's Lloyd.
Hey.
There's the boy Lloyd.
We're going to get Lloyd on here later to tell us a few things.
We got some baby pictures of him too.
I mentioned him earlier. We were talking about Michelle. The one time we called Michelle and the Hopefuls. He was in that band, so he's got some. He's got a lot of Chicago history with us.
He plays all the guitar on that first
and the
Ambrosius
album. He was on the first Ambrosius album.
That was in like 2010. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, just wanted to
Well,
get him in there.
speaking of albums, now we understand that M-TheorY has a new release scheduled to be out here shortly, and we're going to do a dive into the music never heard before, as far as we and you go.
In the world.
Yeah.
And
It's not released yet.
So this is a chance for us to experience some of what y'all been
So what's this first
getting into.
track we're going to hear?
This first track is called "Time's Out," and it's a pretty good representation of what you're gonna hear, kind of through the whole thing dynamically. You'll hear like it's. I like when albums kind of not necessarily do overtures, but they kind of put the best foot forward right out of the gate, so you kind of get an idea. It's kind of a
Introduction.
The intro.
yeah,
like
exactly, right.
Well, it's
Yeah.
and it's a concept album.
It's a concept
It
album,
sets
right.
the tone for the album.
Yeah, and there's certain elements of certain songs that return from other parts of the album, in kind of a scene kind of a way. So yeah, this song kind of kicks that whole like thing off. Yeah, and this isn't technically the first track. The first track is actually a really pretty piano intro that starts the album out, kind of sets the mood, and then this song comes in.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we pay a lot of attention to that kind of stuff.
Here's what I'm getting from it. You can leave it playing. That'd be fine. As long as you maybe turn it down a little bit. This is what I'm getting so far. It sounds like a cross between Vangelis and early 1980s synth pop
Yeah.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
England.
Oh, yes,
There's
totally.
definitely like a retro thing
Yeah.
going on with this
Yes.
synth
Okay.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
just had to get that out.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're right there.
It
Yeah.
goes even more. Yeah, there's parts where it sounds done right, like video gaming.
Yeah.
You know, 80s video gaming.
Oh, this is great.
It helps with the whole like sci-fi imagery, I think. You know, when you think of classic sci-fi
Yeah, it's a-
movies,
it's a
they have
sci-fi
that
story.
80s
It's very
synth
listenable.
thing. Yeah,
Very
I want it to
listenable.
be digestible at the same time. This is one of the more digestible tracks.
Yeah.
I love that the quick
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
with the broke down stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what the terms are. But I love that stuff. Yeah, man.
It segues
It goes right
into
into
the
the
next
next
number.
Segue
Yeah.
right into
Yeah.
the next one.
Yeah.
Little key
Very
change
epic.
there.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's yeah.
That's great.
It's
That's
that's the
great.
whole thing. It's like it's the whole cinematic thing.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
Yeah.
it's very.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a soundscape. Like,
Do y'all know who Vangelis is?
I don't.
Oh,
I don't.
yeah,
You said
okay.
that.
I didn't know if that was
John
an adjective
Anderson.
or what the hell you was talking about.
Lead singer for Yes. John Anderson did an album with Vangelis, who was the original composer for the soundtrack of Chariots of Fire.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
That
Yeah.
song, where they're
Right,
running
right,
down, down.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know where they're running down the beach.
Yeah, on the beach. Yeah.
Okay, that
Great
was
tune.
Vangelis. Now Vangelis and John Anderson combined
John
in
Anderson.
the early '80s.
They really did?
Yes, and to put out
Just
an
a swinging
album,
John
and-
Anderson? Just a swinging?
No,
No.
John Anderson, lead singer for Yes.
Oh shit, man! I was like, what the hell?
Jon. There's a lot to do when you leave that H out. There's a lot going on.
H for hillbilly.
Mikasuki? No, more
I
like
didn't-
Mercy River.
I know Yes, but I don't
John
know all the
Anderson,
members' names and stuff.
He was in Yes, and they had a beautiful album. Oh God, I can't remember the name of it. I got it at home, but I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, search it out. That's a good one. Yeah.
That's very good. I'm
I'm
intrigued.
surprised y'all didn't listen to it.
I want you now.
Yeah, once you know, right?
Because that's what it reminded me of, and it's great stuff. So you're already in a
Awesome.
That's cool.
You're already way up here.
What's the next track we're going to hear?
Do you want to go weird or not weird?
We want to go Ghost
Weird.
How much
or,
are we going to listen to?
Let's get weird.
Let's
Okay, we can just go right
Let's
into
go
we can go
with
right
it.
into the
Let's
next
go with it.
track.
With it. Let's go into the next track.
It kind of works out well too. So it gets a little weirder as it goes.
All right.
So yeah, this is the second track. The previous track it'll go right into this one, and it's again like I love the idea of making an album and the concept behind being strategic about making an album. And there's certain like formulas,
the ups and downs,
yeah,
and the-
right, and how
Yeah,
you
it's
present
the
certain
whole-
songs and
it's
how
a
you
whole
number it.
presentation.
There's a formula, and so on all the great ones that I like, there's that kind of big epic anthemic track at the beginning, and the second one kind of takes that same element because now they've got you in the ballpark and kind of puts a twist on it.
Okay.
Got you.
Yeah, and so that's what this second track is. So it's kind of like it's like the dirty cousin of the first track.
What? I've never heard that phrase.
I get what you
Yeah,
this-
you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like this is what you're about to listen to, but
Right.
the next track's like,
yeah.
But
this
not
is
the
what
whole
you're
time.
still listening to, but it's a little. There's some stuff you don't know about yet. And
So that's what's going on with this track.
there's some stuff going on here. Getting weird, getting gritty. It don't even sound like real drums. It's so good.
Well, there's some stuff going on that we can talk about.
Okay.
Go ahead and pause it for a second. So I want to mention what you mentioned there about the drums because I think it's a really fun way to do drum production. Sometimes it's a real kit. Sometimes it's an electronic kit that I played a loop on a keyboard, and sometimes it's both. And I like it's always being played by a human, but I've always liked the idea with drums as a composition piece. And I was a percussionist for a while, I was in a rock bands and some Latin bands where I was a percussionist, and it was all about playing with other drummers and not just sitting on top of them, and the idea of having space exist.
Yeah.
Right. So like when I'm
arrangement.
playing the kit parts, I'm aware of the other parts that I've put there, and it kind of gives it this like half organic, half electronic vibe to it because the parts are intertwining as opposed to playing on top of each other all the time. And it's kind of cool because like the idea of being cyborg. It's a cyborg. The idea of being like a percussionist in like an organic band is what kind of gave me that idea. And it's again one of my favorite things about music is the way you can learn something and it can open a door to other things that are related to it, but on a completely like another side of the spectrum. So there's a lot of that going on with the drums in this on this album, and some of the keyboard parts we arranged that way too. We were very careful about the layers and how they work together.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I love listening to production and like.
Yeah, and yeah, we were really conscious with the vocals too, where I wanted the vocals to be more part of, again, the composition of the chords behind it, as opposed to
they're not up
front.
They're not supposed to be
they're
up
not
front.
up front, but they're tying everything together.
It's like all blending together. Yeah,
That's the idea.
Okay.
They're supposed to be part of the instrumentation.
Everything is a whole.
Yeah, but you can play it again.
Very rhythmic thing underneath, and then you're doing these long notes
Yes,
on top.
yes.
You know, and,
Yep, you're right.
I'm sorry, but Ian pisses Ian Dunlop off when we're in the studio, and I say that sounds like Buddy Holly married.
Yeah.
You know,
if you compare it to anything, he's like, no, it's its own thing. Shut the hell up.
That's cool to hear.
This sounds like Eleanor Rigby. No, it doesn't.
Tell you what's hit my ear.
I think because when you're creating something, you're not necessarily thinking about where it's coming from. It's
Right.
just coming out of you based
That's
on what
just
went into
my,
you.
so
it's
my
cool
take on it,
for
you
me.
know.
Yeah.
And what I'm
I always
hearing,
like to hear what other people think.
That's
what
what
I'm
you-
hearing
Yeah.
in this is
Yeah.
Sade.
Oh yeah, Sade.
Yeah, I love
totally.
Sade.
And
Yeah.
I hear S-Throw.
When it started with the beat and all, I was like, first time I did ecstasy or something.
Fantastic.
I don't know what I was listening to, but it sounded like that.
And then you can
We quote you on that.
okay.
I didn't do it many times.
Let's listen.
That'll be the second quote.
Well, the first time was the best, and then it was like, what the? I think the third time, I don't think it was good shit, and like,
Yeah.
I almost died, but no, not really.
Quick, put the track back on.
It was Molly with a lowercase n.
Also getting like Asian, some Asian thing
Yeah,
going there. Like a Tokyo pop.
Whatever that,
Oh, wow.
whatever that mode is, yeah.
Like that. Oh, that sound. One of my students is playing.
That's
Super Smash
definitely
Brothers theme.
Yeah. Some 80s metal, every 80s metal kid too.
St. George and the Dragon. Toto's second album. That sounds a lot like that.
Digging it.
This is good stuff, y'all. Y'all be like the Beatles. How you gonna recreate this?
Yeah, there are ways.
We're gonna let the album speak. It's a cinematic.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, that's the whole idea.
You know, you can get your
James Bond
you
vibes.
can get
Yeah.
your stuff in movies
Yeah.
nowadays.
I'm a huge movie buff.
Payoff is
Yeah.
real good.
Seriously, though, shout out to Levi Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
He
really
made
he
it happen,
tapped into the whole
personally.
vision.
I mean, we
yeah.
did our best, but then he made it this.
Yeah,
seen
he
it.
knew
You know?
what we wanted. He knew what we had in mind, and he was he was right on the same page
Right,
from day
Yeah,
one.
you can know what you want all day long, but if you
Dude.
can't
Yeah,
do it,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
there's
in
the
the
thing
mix, you got to have somebody there that's
there's a thing about cooks in the kitchen that's really important too.
Yeah.
You know, it was like they're my ideas, but they wouldn't be like this if I wasn't working with Michelle and Levi and Josh.
Josh.
Nutt.
Who's
They were
writing the
really
words?
important. I write the words.
He wrote the
You wrote the
words. He
words,
wrote all
too.
the songs. That's
Okay.
all his stuff.
Yeah, so it's
It's all inside your head.
yeah, and I
He just-
use really great players to help me
Yeah.
get it out.
Yeah.
And it's like when we write together, it's not like I'm like, here's my ideas, and either Josh or Michelle will be like, oh, that's cool, but how about we try this? They're just like, no, it's your idea, and here they execute it for me, and it's
fast as I
it just
can.
flows that way.
no,
It's not like I know, like there's the whole Beatles thing they wrote together, and there's that famous like
No,
collision
it's not that.
of the two
No,
like elements.
we're studio musicians for him.
Yeah,
Or
so
writer.
everything flows
Yeah,
really
but you
easily.
definitely have an influence.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They see the
Yeah.
goal. They see the goal at the end, and they know how to get there.
Yeah.
Those
And
were the
so,
most
yeah.
challenging vocal studio sessions I've ever done.
Really?
He was like,
You were on it. You killed it.
here, do this impossible thing.
But
Good
look at the
luck."
results you get.
And I
you know?
couldn't, but like I did my best, and it's,
You
that's what it
take a shot of Ghost Coast and you can do anything.
That's right. No, that's totally not right. It doesn't work like that.
Drink water, folks.
water.
Water.
Water you would.
This is great, y'all. I'm digging it.
Let's jump around here. Let's do number.
Jump around. Jump around. Jump.
Jump up. You gonna rap on this one?
Yeah.
1, 2, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
This song is called "Observation of Gravitational Waves." Just so everyone knows.
Just so you know.
I think this is the love making track right here.
Yeah.
They all are when you get my age.
Get some Sade.
Yeah. No,
Tricky
yeah,
beats,
for
too.
sure.
Yeah.
What key?
It's an odd time signature. 5/4.
5/4.
It's a 5, yeah.
Not terribly tricky.
You don't hear a lot of ballads in 5/4.
I like it. Lovers Rock album.
Yeah, totally. I love that. I love that stuff.
I was a drummer for 4 years in high school.
Yeah.
Quit flirting.
And I could play one drum good as hell. But when you put me behind a set of drums, I was splashing in a tub.
Yeah.
That was a different story.
That was back in different times.
Well, I will listen to this. I can't wait for this to come out and I can listen to this.
Thank
This is good stuff.
It's nice. Thank you.
For me, this is a good palate cleanser. Like I can listen. I like to listen out of my box of
Right.
things that I do, and I mean, like just verse, chorus, bridge. This
Right.
like takes you out of that. And it's
Yeah.
like totally
Totally out of it.
cleans the palate.
Yeah. I love albums like that.
Yeah.
Josh, no.
Saxophone. I knew it was the Love Making song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have it without it.
Who's playing?
Josh Nunn.
Josh,
Yeah.
Movie Drive.
Yeah.
Just when it broke down right there, I got a little.
It just took a turn. Well, I'd love to see y'all do this live. I really would.
We're going to. Yeah.
Well, but it's gonna be impossible without kind of playing to some tracks. There's way too much.
Yeah, well,
It's a
Black
production plan.
Black Star. David Bowie, Black Star.
Oh yeah.
Getting a little,
That was a great album.
jazzy.
Yeah.
Y'all let us know when this is going to be debuted live.
Yeah.
I want to be there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Should do an album release concert.
Yeah, we'll do a whole thing. Yeah. The
Yeah.
album's gonna drop very soon, so all that stuff's right around the corner.
Make sure it's on the night that we don't have gigs.
Yeah, do it on a Monday. It'll only be musicians there.
Sundays are good.
Everybody will be working.
Yeah, there's certain stuff that I deem acceptable to have running on tracks. Things like electronic drum loops.
Yeah.
And things like, far in the back, like ambient keyboard
Yeah,
parts.
yeah.
But everyone's got to be playing on stage all the time. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to have
Yeah.
solos happening or parts happening where no one's actually playing
Right,
them.
right.
There's
Okay.
rules
Yeah.
to that have to
Yeah.
be followed.
I agree with those rules.
But you can use it tastefully.
But you
I
can
think.
have
can use
some
it tastefully.
ambient something
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
that you're
I
playing
don't think
over
it's
it.
unacceptable
because
for
it's
that.
always going to be at a certain point.
right.
Because you're going to
Yeah.
be faster or slower. Or,
Right. You don't always have to do that. We've never done that really
Yeah.
before for our own projects. But in this case, it's original and it's like this is all about the kind of the production.
Yeah,
right?
I want to be able
You need
to.
to have that at least a little bit. You need to have things we can't possibly provide live without paying way too many
And I
musicians.
want to do that. I want to provide that live. If you're going to see M-TheorY, you probably have listened to the album and want those songs to sound
Right.
like that.
Right.
So I want to provide that for the fans. I don't want
Right.
I don't want it to be like, well, here's our 4-piece rock band version of this giant epic number
Right.
that you got
Exactly.
used to hearing.
You gotta have- you gotta
and it's
have
not
that.
there live.
Yeah, you got to have the.
So I want
This
to
is the
provide
bluegrass
that
version of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right.
So we'll provide that when we play live. It will sound like it does on the
That's
album.
going to be great. I want to be there.
So yeah, we can.
Yeah.
you
Do
guys
you
want
want
to keep
you don't
listening,
have to do that
or
anymore if you don't want?
Yeah.
Well, let's hear one more and pick what is considered to y'all one of the go-to tunes on here that you really feel like showcasing?
Oh, see, I love those first two ones that we listened to already.
Yeah.
Those are my favorites.
Let's go back.
I already love them too.
I would say
I want to hear it in its
let's
entirety. It
give it
sounds
like
like an
a-
I
album.
do too. Yeah,
that's kind of the thing about it. Yeah.
You want to
Do
put
the
that in
FR.
your car when you're headed out on a
Oh,
trip.
man. Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Solo
long-term
drive.
So we've heard some
listening.
heavy stuff. We've heard some. I guess that's.
What about that ballad that you was talking about?
Well,
Is that on here?
That was
That was
kind of it.
That was it? Okay.
Yeah. Let's do.
It got a little ramped up at the end, but
Let's do
it
an
was
instrumental.
start out about.
Let's do an instrumental because
Right.
there's a few instrumentals on the album. I love instrumentals. I loved how every Rush album came with an awesome instrumental.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's put on number 7.
What's it
What's it called?
called? Well,
This
Not-
one is called. Hold on, I'll find it.
7 for you.
7.
We've been working with the working titles for so long. I don't know the names to my own songs.
Let's hear some of the working titles.
No,
Ghost
I'm
fart.
telling you, the actual titles are just
Moan.
the actual titles are just as hilarious. So this is an instrumental, and it's called. Again, okay, so just to give a little, I'm going to talk about the titles here, a little bit of backstory. This is a concept album about a time traveler. That's what it's about. Not to give too much of the story away, but it's about a time traveler. So this song is called Space Station UP Upsilon Particle Docking Bay M-M2.
No, this
Just can you shorten that into an acronym
That's not
for
the
me?
name of the
So
song.
the shortened acronym is called Space Station Up.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding you, actually.
Whatever. It's fine. Cool.
SCVPR213 squared.
I'm a sci-fi fan.
Oh yeah. Are you playing bass?
Yeah, I played bass and drums on everything.
Oh, cool.
Except for the stuff I play keyboard bass.
Synth bass and some stuff, yeah.
Rush vibes. Yeah.
You sound
Yeah.
like the Yes bass player.
Yeah.
That tone.
It's kind of crunchy, yeah.
Tone is straight out.
It's my Lakeland J bass.
Scared me.
It's kind of fun watching you guys' heads go.
Y'all are all over the place on this album.
It's the instrumental.
Some voice in there too, there, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to channel my best Robert Plant.
Ah, I hear it now.
Yeah.
Can I just say, you're weird, man.
Story of my life.
I'll tell you, just when your head is right up against the wall,
Yeah.
it turns.
Yeah.
And this is very, man.
Miami Sound Machine.
This has got so many elements in it. I mean,
Man.
it can get way out there,
Yeah.
and then it pulls you back in with
Yeah.
something that, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
You know, if you're, a novice to this experimental music, it can go so far out that way, and then all of a sudden something brings you back to something that you recognize.
That's the idea of prog
Yeah.
pop. That's the whole
Yeah.
the concept behind that.
Beautiful. What you call it in the kitchen, Taylor Swift? And yes.
I wouldn't make that comparison, but
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, man, that's great. That's a good ride.
But and again, it's the next song after
gets
that one in the
weirder.
album
We
was the
don't have
one
to keep listening, right?
was the ballady one that we listened to. So
I see.
after I shake you up, I let you take a rest. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's all kind of like I said.
It's geared.
I like the idea of making an album like that where it works. It all works together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the
I can't
the MO
wait.
for the band is
I
like
can't wait to read the liner notes.
yeah, the whole MO for the band is I want people to sit down and listen to the album. Just turn off and listen
That's
to an
immediately
album.
what I want to do because I can
you
hear that
ha-
they're going into the next track.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
each song is such a ride that I want to hear the
Yeah,
whole-
it's like a movie preview. It's like watching a
Do you
preview.
have a
yeah.
storyline behind
There's
this whole thing?
the whole there's all the
All right.
lyrics, tell the
That's-
story as it goes.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
We did a concept album back in '93. We 2003 we started it. It's the Newfanglers thing. It was a project based on a truly Southern Gothic story. Paul Lee lived between two families in Hortense. I love to say that name. It's a town in Georgia. But he lived in Hortense between these two families, and they feuded. This family was feuding against this one, and it went back generations, So you got the old element of...
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
the family feud was
Well, the two of
Hatfields
them
and
married into
McCoys.
each other.
Oh, it
And
is.
then you
It's
had
totally
the
like
Romeo
that.
and Juliet thing where
Yeah.
the daughter of this family fell in love with the guy in this family. Oh, hell no.
Okay.
And they got together, and then he beat on
Then
her.
he beat her, and then
The son in this family rode donuts in this
Their yard.
family's garden. And the twins in this family beat the hell out of him for running donuts in their garden. And then the family, the daddy of the fella, confronted the twins over here for beating his kid up, and they shot him.
they met him in the
point
dirt
blank,
road in the middle of the two houses.
right outside
Between the blueberry fields.
patches.
and the daddy got out of this car with his sons in the truck, walked to the truck window of the truck with the two twins and their daddy, who were older. They were adults all in this truck. Daddy gets shot,
Point blank.
dead.
Tears
Nobody
his head off.
Nobody fessed up to it, so they arrested the father of the twins, who was an old man, and the first twin, the two closest to the window.
Wow.
We
And you
want
wrote
to make a
concept
prog
album about
rock.
this?
We want to do a prog rock album with this.
I want to hear the Donuts in the Garden song. I want to see what that song sounds.
It's called
Spin the wheels.
Spin the Wheel.
Yeah, all right. Perfect.
And it's like y'all did. We start off with a
They made an outline, a time, like we need a song about this, and then it's like this has to do this and this. Well, look, I'll take that one. I'll
Yeah,
take this one.
okay,
And then
cool. That's cool.
I thought I
love
was
that kind
going
of
to
stuff.
write one song about the whole deal, and it started turning into a newspaper report, a news report. And I said, "This ain't going to work."
That's a story.
Yeah, But concept albums are they're close to my heart.
Yeah.
You know, from
Cool.
Tommy,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Who.
Yeah.
And we just
you sound like high school
rolled over
band.
a new band that Connor just texted me about called the Pretty.
They're not new, but
Things.
we'd never heard of them.
They came out with a concept album 1 year before Tommy, the Who.
Uh-huh.
And for
Pretty Things.
reasons unknown, the record company delayed that album, and the Who was the first ones to do the concept.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Brian
They
Wilson
had
and
it
the
a
Beatles.
year
Yeah.
before.
So they came out and they were like, "Who cares?"
That's
It's
right.
like
Yeah,
Brian Wilson
yeah,
and the
yeah.
Beatles, just
Yeah, that was
smile,
the
Sgt.
same.
Pepper.
The same thing with Smile and Sgt.
Smile,
Pepper.
Sgt.
Yeah.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The competition was so great back in those days.
Mm-hmm. What a cool thing to be fighting after too! Like the first one to release a concept album. I mean, it's a shame we don't have things like that
There's
anymore.
nothing left to fight over.
But now we do with
Now it's like
Larry.
TikTok videos are 30 seconds
Yeah.
long.
Oh, he's got new fingers pulled up. Pull up one song to let y'all hear what
I want
we
to
was,
hear. Is this the album?
what we was doing on here. You want to do Wife Beater?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's-
God.
This will be the weirdest
let
thing
me
on
tell
the
you
shouldn't be
about this
laughing at that.
first.
The feminist
This-
in me is not happy right now.
The what?
Nothing. I'm kidding. Nothing.
Feminist in that guitar is not happy.
No, we weren't beating the wife. We were just telling the story.
Yeah, just telling the story.
I know.
This
I'm
is a
totally.
story.
I know.
This is
That's
like
not why I would be mad if I was being
It's-
feministy
it's
right
like-
now. It would
I
be the
don't
fact
wanna-
that we're laughing about it, but I'm the one laughing.
Oh, by the way, our band was called the Wife
yeah,
Beaters.
we're not laughing at
I know.
it.
I am.
It's
That's
part
my-
of the story.
I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
with
Abby
y'all.
Owens
No, we were the Newfangled.
was the vocalist on this. And we all did this background chant. We found rhyming words for beater.
Oh,
Like-
that's meter.
In a rhyming dictionary.
What
That
were
was
some
you
of
that come
them?
up with that
What
shit.
were some of them?
And then
Eater?
no, it was provider, divider.
Oh, we found words that ended with
no,
ER.
this is too much.
Provider.
Rider.
Rider?
I haven't even monitored
It's
yet.
a band.
Confider.
Anyhow.
Anyways,
And then me and Sean went out to the river trestle out in North Waycross
Did you say trestle?
and recorded a train
Trestle.
coming from a distance. You
he
could hear
said
it.
trestle, but it's trestle.
I don't still know what that is.
TRE.
What is
It's
it?
a
I don't know either way what it is.
It's a-
train bridge
it's-
over a river.
Trains.
The bridge
Okay,
that the
thank
train
you.
goes
I've never
over.
heard that before.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a trestle.
Fantastic. Thank you.
People in the South call it a trestle, but it's
Yeah.
spelled with
That's
an
fine.
E.
I just
Now who's
know
more
about that.
southern?
Anyhow, we went out there and recorded this train from a distance coming over the trestle, and that provided the drum.
Oh,
The drum for this
Neat.
song.
I came up with that, and it was to me the train was the timeline of their.
It was symbolic.
It was the timeline of their relationship,
Okay.
and it went from good to bad.
How did the train
Kind
go
of like
good and
that.
bad?
Kind
I
of
don't
like the
understand.
engine is good and the caboose is bad.
Yeah, right. What?
I don't know, that caboose is pretty good.
I know one thing. It's red.
All right, play it.
Okay.
Check this out, y'all.
This is pretty much an instrumental, I guess.
It is.
Terrifying. This is gruesome. I mean, you're doing a good job. I get it. It's hard.
It was a real dark period.
Response. I get it.
This is a dark CD.
Wow, that makes me feel that's scary.
You can feel
Very good job.
Anxious, anxiety.
angst, pain.
Oh my, this is way more out there.
I said, I thought what I was bringing to the table was left to center.
Well, there's a big difference. Stylistically, there's a big difference.
But that was also
slapping
cinematic.
was Paul he took his belt off and like was slapping it on the drum stool, slack. And every time he did that, Abby Owens would go, and we were all laughing, and then we'd play it back and we'd be like, "That's scary.
This is scary, yeah.
There's a lot of people that have said they won't listen to that track because of the
because it
weirdness
does
of
its
it.
job. It makes you feel
What a cool thing to
And that thing is not-
do, though.
Yeah.
To be able to create
I
that.
respect
Yeah.
it, but oh my gosh.
To be
Well,
able
it's
to
what it
invoke
is,
feelings like that in people
Yeah.
is powerful. Just
It's
with,
cinematic.
Well,
with a
see,
song.
you go back to this actual story, and she went through that. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, that's
woman
even
that-
happier.
That's
the
why
woman
it's
that-
crazy because
And
I
that's
get it.
why you try
Yeah.
to emulate that as strongly as possible.
Well,
to
that's
show.
the moment in the album where you know that this bad and it's
The story turns.
Yeah.
you know, at that point.
Our Love's Astray.
Our Love's Astray is right.
I don't.
At my wedding.
I was sick when I sang this.
It's number one.
Yeah, I love it.
This song that Sean wrote, where the
Why is it number
after the guy gets his head shot off by the blueberry patches, he's a ghost.
This
and
guy
he
goes
comes
back home and he doesn't know why his wife won't talk to him.
Yeah, and then he farts.
Oh, because that's a ghost part. That's what I'm saying.
Got a long black veil.
This is a great song too, and he wrote this outside of this project, and it fits so perfectly.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
My pretty baby thinks our love's a stray.
This is one of them.
This one of them when you listen back, you're like, I wasn't singing like that now.
I guess it's 4/4 all the way.
Yeah.
I thought it was a kind of a.
Maybe the feels
Since the
changed,
day
but
they
still.
shot me dead, I can't seem to get it through my head. I got a love that's here to stay. My pretty baby thinks our love's a stray.
That's Leo.
Thinks our love's
No,
a
that's
stray.
Paul.
Thinks our love's
Paul.
a stray.
Paul Leo.
My
drums.
pretty baby thinks our love's a stray.
Sean's doing the guitar.
I don't like my vocals.
Oh, yeah. Minor major. Fantastic. Sounds great. It's awesome.
You can pull it down now, would you?
Yeah, it sounds great. This sounds really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Saw
We
the
just
light up
Want to
here.
talk about
I just couldn't leave my baby's bed. Send a
concept.
little Sam on
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
concept albums
Yeah.
are great. The Who, Tommy, that was one of the first. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick may have been another one.
I think Sgt. Pepper is technically
Sergeant Pepper,
the
you
first
could.
one.
They wanted that to be a concept album. They abandoned it after
It
a
doesn't quite
while.
flow
but
into
it's
the
Doesn't
normal
still,
one.
exactly.
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't quite.
Magical Mystery
Yeah.
Tour.
It's like
Magical
more,
Mystery
I would say that
Tour.
more so is.
It was a concept,
But
at
there's
least.
still kind
Yeah,
of.
well, it was a
Yeah, they-
concept
they-
about the.
I mean,
Yeah, nothing was concept officially until
I mean, it was a theme.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy
I think
was a
Tommy
real
was
true
the
concept
one
album.
that-
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no,
Creep.
it was a rock opera.
It was
Tommy
a rock
is a rock
opera.
opera.
A
That's
what they
even
called it,
I
farther.
think
yeah.
it's 1973 or 1974 album. Terry Allen concept album Juarez. And he's like a
Oh,
singer
yeah, that's
songwriter.
right. You turned me on to that.
King Crimson had Court of the Crimson King,
Yeah.
which I think had elements of being a cohesive story.
Right.
If it might have been a
Couple of
full one.
songs.
I think that might have been 69.
There's a couple of
if I'm
songs.
not mistaken.
The Wall.
Well, that was Tommy, wasn't it? 69? Tommy
know.
was
I don't
69.
Oh no.
And this band, The Pretty Things, would have preceded it in
Oh, you
68
pretty
if
things.
they had put it out.
And it's good, man.
Yeah, it is. SF,
I was randomly.
not SF Flowers was their first album. And then the second one came out was the concept album. Is that right?
I don't. They both sound like concept albums
Yeah.
to me, but I haven't read up about it. Like, because
I think
the
SF
album that
Flowers was the concept album.
but the one we sent you, I thought it was a concept album also because had similar lyrics.
Well, let me tell you this. I got a concept.
Kiss my.
I'm gonna take a piss. You can cut that out.
It all stays. That's the rule.
No, around here we go in the yard.
She's the old
Well, folks, welcome back to the podcast. You're just in time for a little story from Uncle Dave's Tale of the Week.
He's like, I wrote this. What's it called?
I did write this several years ago. But before we go on, I'd like to say just a simple shout out to a Savannah-based liquor company.
Space Ghost.
I call it Space Ghost Coast to Coast. But if you shorten that down to the real thing, it's called Jack Daniels. No. I'm just reading off my shot glass. This Jack Daniels shot glass is brought to you by Ghost Coast. Spiced rum from Savannah, Georgia. And we encourage you to be a sponsor on this Something in the Water podcast.
We encourage you.
I think you just.
I think I probably killed any opportunity.
I don't think so.
I don't know. It depends on what angle they're going for, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
if y'all like weird and
if you're watching this.
unconventional, you're in the right place.
Off the rails.
All right, look. Dollar Tree, $1. Baseball is a dream that you never really give up on. Baseball is precious. Baseball is timeless. Baseball is forever. That from the poem Baseball Is by Greg Hall. It's the backyard, the inner city street, the farm pasture, the dirt road. It's life, win or lose, heart and soul, past and present. It springs forth every year with new life, meanders slowly and pleasantly through the long days of summer, bids a majestic farewell as the early chill of winter kisses our cheeks. It's baseball, the national pastime, and it's here again. 2023, who'd have figured? It was always the Yankees playing some other American League team in black and white on CBS's Game of the Week, hosted by Dizzy Dean, Pee Wee Reese, every Saturday of the baseball season in the early 60s. As kids, we aspired after Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Whitey Ford, and even Yogi Berra. We played the game on hot summer days in the backyard pasture of James Cox's big white house on Mount Pleasant Road, otherwise known as Dog Hill in Waycross, Georgia, taking breaks from the burning heat underneath the pine tree shaded shelter and drinking cool well water from the spigot. A detour in 1966 to MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida, brought me into the only organized baseball I ever played as first baseman on the Little League Cubs.
Oh! No, Saeed.
My team, coached by a couple of MacDill airmen, wore gray flannel uniforms with red piping. And we made it all the way to the championship game against the Yankees. Our pitcher and cleanup hitter was a tall, athletic African-American kid named Nate Hines, and I batted right behind him. My older brother Gary came to every game religiously, and like the sports writer he was to become years later, he kept a scorecard and statistics from each game in a little wire-bound notebook. His statistics
What that?
Thank you.
You were killing that, though.
Thank you, Space Ghost.
Yeah. I was rooting for you, man.
Yeah.
You're on a roll.
Thank
man.
you,
You're
Ghost
good.
Coast. his statistics from each his statistics bore out the highs and the lows that every baseball player endures throughout the season. My high was leading the Cubs offense in RBIs. For all of you novices out there, that's runs batted in. By God. My low was a ground ball that trickled through my legs during the championship game preceding by 20 years the error that the Red Sox of Boston's Bill Buckner made, allowing the New York Mets to go on and win the 1986 World Series. You know, looking back on it, I'll have to say, I'm branching off from the... Looking back on it, I have to say that I suffered the same as Bill Buckner did because I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was just a slow ground ball, and I'm still, to this day, it's trickling through my legs, you know? and it pisses me off.
If you would have caught it, we wouldn't be laughing this hard, though.
If I'd have caught it, I would have been we'd have probably won the damn championship, you know? But no. All right. So, there were no professional baseball teams in the South until 1966. The year the Braves moved from Milwaukee to Atlanta, bringing with them the future home run king of baseball, Henry Aaron. With an infamous pat on the back from Waycross boy Britt Gaston and buddy Cliff Courtney as he headed for third base after crushing number 715. Now that, my friends, is the real moment right there. That is the home run king in baseball. You can't tell me Barry Bonds passed him because Barry Bonds was on steroids. I'm serious.
I believe you.
No. It's there in the books.
Yeah,
It's in the
100%
history.
believe you. I don't.
Barry Bonds used steroids, and fuck Barry Bonds, you know. You can cut that out if you want to.
Are you still
but
off script?
I'm off script. I'm off script right now.
He's pissed. He's done got pissed.
And fuck Barry Bonds.
And it's all because of
Space Ghost.
Ghost. So we invite you to be our sponsor. Sorry, Ghost. But Brother Gary,
Their sales just went up.
My brother Gary
One
and
shot
I
of that.
would sit in the car during prayer meeting on Wednesday nights, listen to the Braves radio announcers Milo Hamilton and Ernie Johnson shouting in religious fervor at the Braves at the crack of the bat. Memories abound from my many trips to Atlanta with friends and family as we cheered the Braves on in Fulton County Stadium. That was the original stadium right there. That was the launching pad. See, its circular dimensions, it was almost a space-like. It's kind of like y'all's album.
Space Ghost.
Everything is revolving around this shot. I'm sorry.
This is our sci-fi episode.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I also saw him in Fulton County Stadium, Turner Field, which was Ted Turner's abbreviated project. That was actually the Centennial Stadium built for the Centennial Olympics. Olympic Games.
This has been the best tales of the week I've ever heard.
where they had the Unabomber. No, it wasn't the Unabomber. It
Home
was
of the Unabomber.
y'all excuse me. I'm getting my facts mixed up. Turner Field was where this was. I went there too. And I still own Joe Torre's and Rico Cardi's autographs from '67. And I saw the Hall of Famer John Smokes pitch his tomahawk chopping ass off during the 14 consecutive division title run of the 90s. Walking through the parking lot to the stadium gates before a Braves game in '94, I recognized the face in the throng belonging to Don Schlitz. Does that name ring a bell?
I don't know who that is.
All right.
Schlitz does.
Not the beer.
Malt liquor.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. But wait a minute till I lay this on you. All right. Don Schlitz, the award-winning songwriter of The Gambler,
Oh, I know that because my mom sang that.
Forever and Ever, Amen,
Okay.
When You Say Nothing at All.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
I shook his hand
I shook his
as we
hand.
were approaching the ticket window. We chatted briefly, and I asked him what his secret was. He said, "Go Braves."
Go Braves.
He didn't give me any insight into songwriting. It's no wonder baseball, being the tradition that it is, has worked itself into the hearts and minds of musicians everywhere. There's the celebrated Diamond Classic, Center Field, by John Fogerty, and the obvious Glory Days from Bruce Springsteen. Then there's the not-so-obvious tribute to Hall of Fame pitcher Jim Hunter from Bob Dylan's The Bootleg Series, volumes 1 through 3, titled Catfish. Look it up, folks. Steve Goodman was a huge Cubs fan. Look at that. And a remarkable songwriter responsible for Arlo Guthrie's hit, City of New Orleans. This guy wrote that.
He wrote that?
Yes.
What?
Riding on the city of New Orleans. That one.
Okay, cool.
And the sing-along made famous by David Allan Coe. You never even called me by my name.
Yes.
Otherwise known as the perfect country and western song. Otherwise known as You Don't Have to Call Me by My... You don't have to call me darling.
Oh, darling.
Darling.
Two darlings, yes.
Co-written with John Prine.
John Brown.
There's John Prine once again. John Prine was from Y'all's
Back to
He
Chicago
shows up
again.
a lot.
City.
Really? Is he? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, hell yes.
I'm not aware about that. Sorry.
Even though you can sing comments in beautiful harmony.
It makes up for the lack of content of the comments. It doesn't matter what I say. If I say it just this way, it's going to be all about the play here up in this house. Yeah, I said nothing just now. Nothing.
You said it all.
I could hear about
Exactly.
5 more minutes of that.
Exactly.
I could. It's like the old phrase, I'll give you all night to quit.
That's right. Okay.
You can only use that one more time this episode.
That's the tie around.
Pick and choose wisely. Pick and choose wisely. Steve Goodman was a huge Cubs fan and a remarkable songwriter responsible for Arlo Guthrie's hit City of New Orleans. I think I've read this before.
It's all right.
Steve Goodman was
funny, good.
born in Chicago, and he used to visit with Cub players on the Diamond and in the clubhouse at Wrigley Field. He wrote several Cub songs, including the depressing A Dying Cub Fan's Last Request.
Oh.
in 1981 because Steve Goodman had been diagnosed with leukemia 13 years earlier. So this was a dying Cubs flanger.
Flanger.
It's a dessert. It's fine.
A dying Cubs fan.
Hey, Ghost, I want you to think twice about being a sponsor.
Oh,
I
Ghost.
I want you to think twice about being a sponsor on this podcast. Jesus Christ.
Please don't sponsor us. I don't think Dave will.
No, that's not a good idea.
I'm gonna fold it down to the good part. This is the good part.
I gotta send this to him now.
Okay. In 1984, Steve Goodman passed away at the age of 36.
Oh, wow.
36.
He did all that at 36.
Oh my God.
I'm slacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Womp womp.
Oh my God. He wrote several Cub songs.
Cub songs?
Yeah. He wrote the happy Go Cubs Go, which became the official victory song for the team. I can't. The steam. I can't do this in good faith anymore, y'all.
You gotta finish it now.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm in the last paragraph, and I'm fighting for the end.
you got it.
I'm fighting for
Just
the
like the
finish line.
Cubs.
Yeah, just like the Cubs.
Podcast gold. Come on.
Okay. He Goodman passed away at the age of 36 on September 20th, 1984, 4 days before his beloved Cubbies clinched the National League Eastern Division title. Some of his ashes were scattered at Wrigley Field in 1988. I bet y'all seen that before, hadn't you?
Think about it.
Yeah.
I've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
familiar with
Of
that
course
area.
you have.
You go down that way and there's the thing, and then you go over here and there's the other thing.
Yeah, played a lot of gigs right across the street from
Right
the
around
front of
there.
that
Yeah.
red sign.
Oh
Cutter's
yeah,
right across the street.
On the like kitty corner.
Yeah,
On this
right
side.
across the street.
Kitty
there.
corner.
That's what they say.
Kitty corner.
Caddy or kitty? What do you say?
We say catty corner
say
down
kitty.
here.
Kitty corner.
So sorry,
Tomato,
we're from
tomato
the
on
north.
that one.
Sorry about my accent.
Well,
Is it offending you?
no.
I like kitty over caddy.
I've often heard talk about the gods of baseball. When players are winners or losers, in a Game 7 for the ages on November 2nd, 2016, the jinx-ridden Cubs won their first World Series title in 108 years. And I have to think that if it was not because the baseball gods were smiling, but it was because a good man, Goodman, was singing at the top of his everlasting lungs.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
It was.
Well,
Very
I
nice.
tried.
You
I
tried all
tried.
kinds of things in there.
Yeah, I wrote this before I ever known y'all was coming on the podcast.
What? I thought there was a reason of the
I just
Chicago-
thought that this would be relevant.
Oh, yeah.
you
It
know?
was.
When you
and
started,
music.
when you
All
started
of
with
it.
baseball, I was like, "Where the hell are we going with this?"
Well, this podcast is coming out about April 1st or 15th, I think. So good to see you, folks.
Yeah.
Good to know that.
Weren't we going to pull up something on YouTube that you had?
Yeah, I want to
going on?
see some of your family's history.
Okay.
Yo.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna top that though.
Some Alongi,
yeah.
some Alongi
What are
music
you gonna? How you,
I think if you just type in Alongi Family Band into the
on
Search engine there.
Facebook,
on
in
YouTube.
on YouTube.
family band. You might have to type in a title.
Alongi.
Oh, there we go. There they all are right there.
Which one? Pick one. Mike.
We can see. We got Chicago.
I like Chicago.
We've got Michael Jackson.
If you do Chicago,
I think we should do. What's the Philip Bailey film?
Oh.
Easy Lovin'. Where's Easy?
That's good.
Easy Lover.
That's good.
Yeah, let's
Easy
do that
Lover.
one.
Where is that one? If you search wherever those all are, you'll find that one.
That reminds me of a girlfriend.
And that's the punchline, folks.
There you go. There it is. This was really fun.
So this is Mike's family and me. Well, because I'm in it.
Yes.
But and the other girls that were in it, we were all together playing music. This is during the whole lockdown thing where no one could go anywhere, so we all made videos in our own houses. Yeah, we just made our own videos.
So everybody's separated.
We all separated, recorded our own tracks with videos, and then this guy right here, Mike's older brother, edited it all together.
Cool.
And mixed it and everything. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That takes special.
My hair was red instead of blue.
There's a sock puppet.
There's a sock puppet.
Who did the socks?
I think that's my brother Frank.
Yeah.
There's the Pops.
Pops. Who's doing the
Sorry, so that's also my brother Frank doing the 3 out of the 4 horn part, and my little brother Tony is playing trombone.
I played 2 keyboard tracks. I wore 2 different outfits. Check that out.
You did.
I wanted you to see the difference between the 2 tracks.
She'll get a hold on you, believe it. She's like no other. Before you know it, you'll be on your knees. She's an
This
easy
must have been
lover.
good therapy.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
You won't feel it. She's
It's not
like
making
no
this.
other. And I'm just trying to make you see. She's the kind of girl you dream of. Dream of keeping hold of. You better forget it. You'll never get it. She'll play around and leave you and deceive
Wait a minute,
you.
that's 3 outfits.
Better forget
The vocalist outfit. too,
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
You're
flowers.
right. Oh, you're right. I didn't even. You're
There's
right.
blues.
Yeah, I missed it.
There's Kermit.
It's so fun to record just your track and send it off and just
Yeah.
get this back. And be
Yeah.
like, oh, awesome.
oh,
There's
cool.
everyone. There were even bigger ones with more people than this. This is where the
That's
early
your
ones-
old brother on trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's on trombone?
My youngest brother Tony.
Yeah.
Youngest brother.
Yeah.
And your daddy was doing what?
Guitar and vocals.
Singing backups.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make you see.
How's it? You gotta feel good about
Oh,
that.
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. So much fun to do.
You better forget it. Oh, you'll never get it.
This song.
I think Frank did.
See that there's no other.
Clearly Frank did.
Till she finds her other. You better
That was
forget
you
it.
speak.
Oh, you'll regret it. Don't try to change it. Just leave it. Just leave it. You're not the
Y'all
only
do
one who sees
the
it.
ultimate wedding band.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on in there. We don't, yeah, we've done that. So if we need to, we can, you know.
Are y'all the musical mafia or are you
Just a regular one. That was
just the real one?
What are you talking about?
Take it easy. All right. I feel like
Look at that,
I'm in the movie.
goodness.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm in the movie. Look, there you go.
Change it. Just leave it. Leave it. You're not the
How old is
only
your
one who
daddy?
sees it. Just believe it. It's the only way. You ever know.
I'd love to meet him. little bit.
She's an easy lover. Take her heart, but you won't feel it. She's like no other, and I'm just trying to make you see. She's an easy lover.
Frank's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a yes, great song.
Fine about there.
She's like no other.
Frank's good on them drums. Man.
Frank's tight, amazing, yeah.
I like that. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
That
Yeah,
was
and
the-
Frank's
that
always
was
been
the
he's
Alongi.
always been a great drummer. Like when we were kids,
Yeah.
he's 2 years older than me. So obviously this is pre-YouTube time. So if you wanted to see someone play drums like that, you had to see him in real life, and he was in my house every day, just
Yeah.
playing drums. So
In
it was
your
awesome.
bedroom.
It was so
Yeah.
great having that kind of inspiration there. And yeah, he's killer. He arranged all that stuff. He mixed it all and did all that stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, folks, we want to thank y'all. We want to thank y'all.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you guys.
Are you kidding me? Thank you so much
Yeah,
for having us.
thank
This has
you.
been awesome.
We love y'all.
Oh, you're
we love
so
you so
nice.
much.
Thank you so much.
We
Thank-
love you. We love you so much. And looking forward to seeing y'all out there with your new release. Mm-hmm. And,
Thank you.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Y'all as well. You can check them out over on St. Simon's and the Golden Isles, Brunswick, St. Simon's, Sea Island. They're
Chicago.
always playing. And you might find them in Chicago every now and then.
Every now and then.
But we appreciate y'all coming on.
We appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
yeah,
you.
this is fun.
And we encourage y'all to come back to Something in the Water podcast. Subscribe and like us. And if you don't like us, well, the hell with you. No, I'm just kidding. You know us by now that we are all tongue in cheek with this, and we got a Patreon.com thing called the Deep End.
Yeah. Something in the Water podcast on Patreon. It's called The Deep End. And it's $5 a month. Mm-hmm. And that's when you'll see this.
It gets deeper than
We start about here, and then it gets on in the stratosphere.
we love y'all. We appreciate you, and thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
That's great. Perfect. That's
Dude.
perfect.
Oh man, no shit. I think this has been my funnest episode in a while.
agree with that.
Awesome.
Oh, yay. This has been
But
so
make sure they
fun.
get that in there. We still
Golly,
make sure you
man.
get that.